lovely people. Welcome to another
Hey, hey.
episode of The Locker Room. Of course, I've got my right hands up in here to the beautiful Miss Eda Cole.
Hey
Hey, girl,
guys.
hey.
Hey
And
guys.
the greatness that is Mr. Alex of down there. How you doing, Mr. Alex?
Chilling. What's going on, y'all?
Well, it feels like it's been so long since I seen y'all. How y'all been?
I
A lot of
know it's
traveling.
been
I hear.
Yeah.
Where have you been traveling to?
New York, New Jersey, Carolina. Yeah, it's been crazy, you
And
know.
you ain't asked none of us to come with.
Put it on my tab.
Miss Nicole, what you been up to, baby?
working, grinding, nonstop.
Absolutely. Well, we've got a couple of things in store tonight. We've got two videos, and then we're going to end it off with some serious note talking about Roe versus Wade. So let's
Mm.
get down to it. So these past couple of weeks, I've been looking through social media, seeing some things, and I came across a couple videos that made me like, this would be interesting discussion. So I'm gonna play this first video and we gonna see what we think about this. So here we go.
Got a question for y'all. So there's a man, he's dating two women, right? The first woman, he lies to her about this, about that, about whatever. The second one, he tells the truth to. Which relationship, in your opinion, does he value more? This should be interesting.
This can go a couple of different ways, and I have even went back and forth on which it is. But either way, all I can say is this man is a dog, period. So that's all I can't get past.
You hating the
So
player? Don't hate the player.
okay, well, Mr. Alex, since that's how you feel, what relationship does he value more?
Okay. It froze up a little bit. So he say the one that he lied to, or the one he tell the truth to? Which one he values most, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's asking which do you think he values more? He lies to one, tells all the lies to you, and then he tells the other the truth. So which one does he value more?
Well, that's a tricky situation because sometimes when you love somebody and you don't want to hurt them, you'll lie to them to you won't tell them the truth because you don't want to hurt them sometimes. But I always believe that when you value someone most, you always honest with them because people need to hear the honest truth. How they take it, how they accept it, that's up to them. But when you really love somebody, your children, a spouse, or brother, sister, anybody like that, you be honest with them all the time. So I always believe you lead with honesty. Person make the decision from there.
Mm. And I see you over there nodding your head, E. Nicole. What you think about that?
Because
I said, hell no, Alex.
Alex was asking me what I said was dumb, and that's what I was talking about. Because I knew it was
Okay.
going to be a lot of people talking about the one he lied to. No, absolutely not. The one that he tells the truth to, but he don't care about neither one of them. But the one he tell the truth to, she just as dumb as him because she's still there
Mm.
and she's
Interesting
cool with
take.
it. So
That's an interesting take.
But you don't think that you don't think people lie to keep them hurting their loved ones' feelings? Because that happens a lot.
ain't nobody got time for that.
It does.
Because the more you lie, you still gonna end up hurting their feelings because the truth always come out. In some way,
A white lie I can understand, but a little itty bun. But them big ones, them gonna cut because when the truth come out, it's gonna hurt even more.
Yeah.
I ain't
Well,
lying
I
about
lead
nothing.
with truth, but you ain't lying about nothing.
You gonna
I
know
mean,
you gonna know how I feel because I can't pretend. I can't have my facial expressions. I can't pretend when it comes to my attitude. Like so, I'm gonna just tell you the good, the bad, the ugly.
I
Oh,
mean
there's the
that's
real pimp. There go the real pimp right there.
Mister. You're Pimp Uriah is in the building, I guess. How you doing, Uriah?
I'm all right. How y'all doing?
We doing. Did you
Good.
see the video that we talking about right now?
The one that
Here we go.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
He don't want to tell it. He don't want to tell the truth right now. That's what. So he want to lie to us.
No, it's just the camera. You talking about the one that you posted, Alex?
Oh, the one about which one does the man value more, the one he lies to or the one he tells the truth to?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, I'm gonna play it for you again. Here we go.
Got a question for y'all. So there's a man, he's dating two women, right? The first woman, he lies to her about this, about that, about whatever. The second one, he tells the truth to. Which relationship, in your opinion, does he value more? This.
Which one does he value more?
I mean, I would assume he values the one that he tells the truth. Personally.
So, what do you think the other woman is getting out of being lied to? Even, I mean, she gets comfort, but it's just that ignorance is bliss to her at that point. But it's definitely ignorance. It is just in bliss.
Yeah, absolutely. She don't want to be hurt. He don't want to hurt her.
And that type of ignorance and bliss ends up on Snapped.
Woo!
Yeah.
That ends up on a whole bunch of shows.
She don't end up on Snap when she found out the truth.
Yeah, that she been lied to the whole time. I mean,
or what I did for my man. All them shows, the whole ID channel,
the whole ID and Oxygen Network.
Yeah, it's Oxygen.
All that.
They gotta be a channel.
You want to give the person, at least the respect to be able to say, I'm not going to deal with that.
I'm so tired of it.
I got to get a new webcam.
Yes, you do, sir. Because it is not letting you.
Every time I can hear the little sound in my ear, like.
Let me get on my laptop, y'all, because.
Okay.
Let me get on my laptop. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
While he's waiting on that, anyway. So what happens when the woman that he's telling, the truth to? I mean, at some point, it's gonna come to a point where she's like, getting sick of it, and he just gonna end up lying to her too. I feel you can't win either way. You just a dog for having two women, period. Now, to say you in love with two women, is that ever really the case? You actually in love with two people?
Yes, you can. Yes. You can.
Yes.
You can. I've been there.
And I don't think that it's wrong for him to have two women either.
Oh, there you go. See,
but you got to tell both of them the truth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
True. I feel like if you in love with two women, you got to be able to. Hey, Miss Monique King, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. I feel like if you're going to be in love with two women, you got to treat them both equally. You got to either, they sound different, but either lie to both of them or tell both of them the truth. But
that's
one
loud.
doesn't deserve one or the other, I feel.
That's loud.
Because the one who is being lied to, she may prefer to be told the truth. And the one who's being told the truth may prefer to be lied to. Exactly. You just never know how it goes because it depends on the caliber of woman that you are with, how they will handle the situation. Because every woman handles it differently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's loud. That's loud. In Islam, if you have more than one wife, you have to be able to take care of them equally, and they have to know the truth. It's all about your foundation.
Exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole point of it all. If you can treat them both the same, then fine, because no woman should be lacking from what the other woman is getting. So,
and the reason why you can love two people at the same time because everybody brings something different, to the table. One woman may be a better cook, one may be a better housekeeper, one may, have more creative skills or work harder, have more money management skills. One may be better in the bedroom. There's different things that you can love more than one person. I know people don't believe that, but this polyamorous thing or polygamy is happening more and more because people are understanding that. They're believing that it takes a village, and you got to get your ego out of it. You know, once
And
you
not
get your
only
ego,
that, sorry.
I'm sorry, Nicole, or Nicole. Once you get your ego out of it with the bad stuff and the cheating, once you get that out of it, then you can understand why these behaviors are being practiced more and more.
And also that's how life started. Other cultures, other regions, that's not foreign to them. That became something when we got here, the
Mm-hmm.
whole monogamy thing.
Right.
Like, so that's a change of culture. But with that change of culture, there's so much lack of respect, lack of love, lack of empathy, lack of understanding. Those things are missing. So, you know what I'm saying? There was more of a bond when they did believe in having multiple partners or whatever.
Right. Right. Because even the Bible, people that preach the Bible, you know, people had concubines in the Bible. They had multiple wives in the Bible. So you can't even use the Bible to say one man, one woman. That just it's never been that way. Hasn't been that way. So
Solomon had over
that,
400 wives.
yeah, Solomon was tired.
Oh man, has to be him. He's slanging that
Yeah.
right now to
But
400 women.
But he was the wisest man on earth, and he was very close to God. So
Mm,
it's something we missing here with this monogamy thing.
right.
I
Yeah.
mean, obviously. I mean, yeah, and it's you know when you grow up in a certain way and you've learned and practiced for a certain way, it's hard to see that other side. But when you think about how much sense it makes, if you look at the practicality of it all, I mean, you
Mm.
just really got to get your ego out the way. Now, what would y'all say about people who would say, yeah, get your ego out the way, but wouldn't it be the man who has the ego to feel that he's able or needs to have more than one woman?
Typically, yeah. But women have egos too. You know, now when you're not in a group setting and you guys have not agreed to do the polygamy thing and so forth, yeah, men typically have bigger egos, you know, because if you're in a quote unquote monogamous situation and the woman cheat, the man tend to be much more devastated with the woman cheating than she would be if he cheated. You know, both get hurt, but the men get devastated for some reason because he has the bigger ego. So in that situation, you know, yeah, the egos will come into play. But once you guys agree that polygamy is the right move, because it's not how many wives you can lay with, it's how many wives you can afford. You have to build a family, a community. It's not just about sex at all. As a matter of fact, that's a very small part of it.
You know,
Right.
well, people mix that whole sex thing up with polygamy. You know, in order to do something like that right, you need to have a space or a plot of land for each wife. You know, you want to be able to have a separate families for each wife, as opposed to y'all come together getting one house. I mean, that's the way. If it ever happened with me, I would do it. Each one of my wives will have their own land, their own area, and I would take care of each wife.
I mean, if the house is big enough, you can all be in the same house if it's big enough, you
I
know.
was
But
just gonna ask
I
that
understand
question.
what
Is
you're
that
saying.
acceptable?
And
Do y'all
I
think
also
that
think
works?
I think that what people need to get away from is putting their situation on other people. I feel like everybody need to let everybody choose to do what they're gonna do. Like, if the one house works for these people, but plots of land work for these people, cool, whatever. What works for you works for you. Leave it there. Like, I don't think we should be like, if you want to be a polygamist, this is how you should do it, because everybody's different. Everybody's relationships work differently. I just feel like a lot of the problems be we be too involved in other people's ish.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gotta focus
Yeah.
on your own situation.
Yeah.
Now, what if, say, the husband has four wives? Two live together, and two live in their own. Is that acceptable?
If that works for them, it's just as
Works.
E. Nicole was just saying. If that works for them, that's fine. Has to work for them.
I'm gonna
I
be in
mean,
the house with mine though.
Yeah, I'm a
Now, what if you decide you want to? So, what if the wife decides she does want to live in a house or wants to have her own, but he chooses to want all the wives to get to live together? Now, do all the wives have to do what solely he wants to do?
I wouldn't personally want my wife
Now,
together. Me personally,
it's all about communication. Everybody got to sit down and have these talks. You know what I'm saying?
y'all heard
Absolutely.
talking about earlier with the Bible. I mean, y'all. I think Alex said earlier. White man came here and they taught us how to hold our household. Tell us that we
I
only
said that. Yes.
and you know they don't want us to procreate as fast as we used to procreate.
Or be in harmony as much as we used to be in harmony.
Right.
Together.
And we'll get into that later with the I guess the last argument that Confessions wanted to address. We got to get into that.
Yes, so let's move right along to the second video. That now this we all were talking about in our chat or whatnot, but I just want to revive it and see if we still feeling the same way a week or two later. So this is the one I had dropped the other time.
Don't like to give oral.
And don't and won't. Why would I suck you? Majority of y'all have never worn condoms. Don't wear condoms and don't get tested. And you fuck outside your race. I'm sorry. Why would I suck that? Why would I suck that? And I've dead ass had men tell me, well, you're gonna get cheated on. Y'all cheat on everybody. Y'all cheat on women that's sucking it from the back, cooking for you, cleaning for you, paying your bills, sucking your toes, rubbing your toes, helping your mama out with her. Y'all cheat on women that do everything for you. So, of course you're gonna cheat on me. I'm not sucking dick. I would rather staple my own cooter mama shut and then tase it. You have a better chance of licking a gas station pump at a Wawa's than sucking dick in 2022. Don't do it. Don't fucking.
Oh, well, she went a little far with that one. So what do y'all think she was on in her mentality at that point? Because sister was wild with that one.
She was in her feelings.
She was definitely in her feelings. But will she ever get wifed? I mean, do y'all think that is one thing that has to be done in a relationship, in a marriage? Is that a what do they call it? I don't know the word I'm looking for, but is that just a no-go?
A deal breaker?
Yeah, deal breaker. Is that a deal breaker for you, Alex? How about that?
It's a deal breaker for me. I something that I gotta have. It's a desire of mine, and I also like giving. So, but if I'm going to give, I definitely want to receive. So, yeah, it's a deal breaker for me because if I can't be a freak with the one I love, if there's inhibitions, then I'm going to have to find somebody that's not going to have those inhibitions. Then I'm gonna be cheating. So she has to do everything I desire if she doesn't want me to quote unquote cheat.
Yeah.
And same goes for me. But yeah, that's a desire that I have. I actually love it. I love receiving it. So yeah, she's gonna have to do that.
Do you think she has any valid points at all in what she said? Like any of it? Or could you actually see where she is coming from?
Well, it was kind of skipping around a little bit for me, but if she's insinuating that a lot of men, aren't faithful and she don't know where they're putting it, so she's not going to put, her mouth on it or whatever, I can kind of understand that argument, but that's only if she knows that the guy's not, being faithful to her or whatever. But if she just don't want to do it and she's going to leave him desiring that, then the issue's with her and not with him.
Correct.
Honestly.
Uriah, your take on that?
I agree with Alex. I believe a lot of stuff she said was kind of broad. Me personally, sounds like she had an experience that went bad and she took a lot of her personal feelings and just put it out on the internet. And personally, if she believes what she really believes true, true to her heart, then I don't see a lot of men dealing with that, and I do see her in the future being single. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of men out there that really don't care for that aspect of sex. They're more pleasers themselves, or I have a couple friends in my life that don't even like getting head. You know,
Mm.
I've
weird.
had one.
They do. They don't enjoy that. You know.
Mhm.
Um. So I mean,
Or
there's
just never got it right.
like chance of hope for her out there that she could find that one man that just don't care. Um. But I honestly, her attitude towards it's gonna turn a lot of men off. And to be honest with you, I mean, she kind of just dug herself a nice little hole putting that on the internet. And even if she goes back and say, I take that back, there's a lot of men that's gonna be like, yeah, you already said it, but you probably don't really enjoy it. And no
I
man
think
wants
she lying anyway. She gonna do somebody. She
and
lying.
look, no man wants a woman who don't enjoy doing it. She can say all day, now I want to do it now, but in the man's back of his mind, he can be like, you might do it, but you probably ain't gonna enjoy or be good at it. And that's still a turnoff to a lot of men.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
don't do me any favors. I mean, I want you to enjoy doing it. I want you to enjoy seeing me pleased and seeing me go crazy while you're doing it. I want all of that. So don't do me no favors, because if you're trying to do me a favor, you're gonna do a half-ass job and it's not gonna be good. And I'm gonna just say, you know what, just get off it. Leave it alone.
Hey Nisa, you must have left. I played a video about a woman saying she ain't about that life because of so many things, and we talked about her take on it.
No, and the thing is, every man ain't out here sticking their dick in every woman they see. A lot of men
Right.
who do have dick control. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Like her saying that, it's kind of broad. I mean, are you speaking for the certain few men you've dealt with? Because you damn sure can't speak of all men. It's impossible. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
E
Yeah.
Nicole, what you think about it from a female point of view?
Well, the first thing is I can agree with the same race thing because I'm sorry, I'm just not dealing with somebody who deals with the others. Um,
No, what if you asking and you don't know though? You
I'm
never do.
asking. I'm
He can
asking.
lie. What if he can lie? He can lie.
No, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna find out because I don't want to go after that. I just don't. This is my preference. Um,
Okay.
Also, like they said, I know some people who don't really like that aspect of sex. Um, so again, I think it's just like individual type of thing. And then I also agree with you around where I feel like um she had to have been through something because you don't just wake up one day and just feel like I'm not giving nobody no head. You went through something. You should keep it on your specific subject, that person that did that to you or whatever, because we've all been through stuff and we've all had our moments where we feel like, you know what, F everybody. I don't ever want to do this again, blah, 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 until you meet that person to change your mind and then you want to do everything to them. So like the spazzing of emotions, I think that the internet is full of that. And she just made herself look kind of like a clown.
yeah.
I don't know if it was for attention or because, that type of attention still gets you attention. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because for a lot of men, that can turn into a challenge. Like, oh, she said she wasn't going to do that. Bet you she'll get me together. Like, so I think, I don't know, because
But
we in the time of gimmicks. You know what I'm saying?
I,
Absolutely. I feel the
Mm.
same way. I mean, I agree with a lot of what y'all said, and I think she basically BSing on a lot of it. I think she really just did that just to see if she could go viral because there ain't no way she just ain't gonna ever do that again. Like Nicole said, when you find that one, you gonna want to do that and everything else that you said you would never do before
Because I
because
ain't gonna hold
that
you.
girl before.
Because I ain't
So
wrong. Like I'm not a big D sucker. You know what I'm saying? That like that's not my go to. Like, oh, I just want to do that. Because I know some females that they will just see somebody and be like, oh, I wanna. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's not
yeah,
me. However, if I love somebody and I'm into somebody, I want to do whatever he want me to do.
you want to please them, right?
Yeah.
That's facts.
But she just basically said, like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, okay, you cannot do nothing by yourself.
Oh,
Yeah, she must plan it. She must plan on being single forever, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Agree.
I mean,
That's
she may not be single forever, but she gonna be single a lot. She may get somebody,
Or
and
she
then
gonna
they
be a
gonna be like,
lesbian.
I ain't getting none of that. I gotta go.
Or she gonna be a
Or
lesbian.
she gonna be cheated on.
Or a lesbian.
Bad cheated on.
Passionate.
Or a lesbian.
a lesbian. Well, listen, if she a lesbian, she gonna be licking something, you know.
Right, sucking on something. So
All
you
the
know,
time.
give it somebody some
Can't get
head if
away
she a
with that.
lesbian.
that is
No.
exactly true. I feel you on that.
And you know what? It be the people that say stuff like that that be expecting you to do everything to them. So
Yeah.
she looked like one of those type.
That's selfish.
She might she just ain't good in bed, period, actually. Like her whole mess up just wrong.
Yeah, that's a selfish lover. They want everything but don't want to give. You know.
And those be the type that will definitely be alone or cheated on.
Alone.
Period.
Right, confession.
Who wants to come home and deal with that?
No.
We both went to work. I ain't about to put in all the work and get you off.
She gonna get an old man who can't have it anymore. They got a good pension.
Even the old man who can't have it no more, just sitting there. That's what he want done. If anything,
that's what he want done.
Can't do nothing.
He can't do it no more.
No, so he can at least want a little something, his own way to get his own rocks off. Especially if you got my pension, you in my will.
He can't feel it anymore.
No,
but still, just the excitement of it all and being able to see it, look at it. He can remember the feeling he used to have.
Well, I tried to help her out, but I guess she ain't gonna have nobody then.
Nah, she does. It's a wrap for her. She at home crying right now, man. She made that video.
Yeah.
Because her whole life is messed up now. Now she ain't getting nothing. It ain't a hot girl summer for her.
But I bet you one thing. I bet you her inbox is on 10 right now.
Not in a good way.
You will be surprised. These guys are crazy. Like for some guys, that was an invitation.
Super challenge to a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And then when they do, they
gonna
start recording and blast her ass online. Well, she sucked my dick.
Right. It's a gift and a curse. And I feel like that's why I'm like, I don't even know if it's real because like even the whole, I'm sorry, this is off subject, but just for a second, remember the girl who talked about the guy getting his child to McDonald's, right?
I knew you was
we found out that it was fake. I didn't know that was fake. So it's like now you don't even know if somebody playing or if they serious. Like
that's what I'm saying. Well, a lot of people said that she just said it was fake because she was getting so much kickback that she just said that.
No, it's really other clips of her like making up stuff.
Yeah, I know, but people still, want to be in their own way.
Yeah.
You missed what he was thinking. He told his mom first.
What am I thinking right now? I'm thinking that while we're on this subject, I just wanted to compliment E. Nicole that she has very, very nice lips. I just wanted to say that.
I've been hearing that since I was young, a little kid.
I don't think that's a good thing.
I don't think that's a good thing.
I ain't gonna lie to you about nothing.
Yeah, but
that ain't good.
No, I wouldn't have told you
that as a kid, honey.
They used to talk about my eyes and my lips, and I just was like,
no. Had you been 7 years old, I would never say that to you at 7. So.
Gosh, I hope not. I would hope not.
I would hope not. These are the lips that people pay for,
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Not that kind of place. The surgery. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
No,
I forgot what show I was on.
That was not thinking. I did not know what you was talking about, honey. I did not.
I don't think this is going to age well. But y'all know what I meant.
Yeah, we know now.
Thank you for clearing that up. Because
Y'all know I
I
ain't
need
selling these lips.
clarification.
Y'all know I ain't selling these lips.
Ooh, well, hey,
Because
you never know.
yeah, if you
Things
were, I'd be
change,
like,
things rearrange.
what's your cash app?
You got it already.
Y'all learn some things we know up in here, okay? What's going on behind closed doors?
We in the locker room. We gotta. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my.
Dude, y'all be in a whole different locker room. Alone. Shoot, those are after hours when the school was closed.
I ain't messing
Not
with
when the
y'all.
school is closed.
I'm not messing with you,
Know the little after
Confessions.
school activities, you know?
Oh,
Once the
no.
buses come, that last late bus come, y'all still up in there when that last late bus run away?
I got to go. Mm-mm.
I'm with you, ladies. Y'all was dope minds right now.
But you know what? I gotta ask Monique. Is Monique King a zombie? Because I don't care when I come on live or YouTube, I will see Monique King if it's 3 in the morning, 3 in the
Monique be up.
afternoon.
Me
I
too.
mean, Monique, do you sleep?
I don't think she do. She can't.
Oh my
Something is
goodness.
really up with her.
Loyal, super
We
loyal.
be meaning to hear what y'all got to say. Yeah, I am quick.
Lord Jesus, what is that? What?
Aunt Niecy. Now,
Hey, Niecy, I'm gonna have you come be a guest in the locker room because you be tripping me out, girl.
definitely.
My hours of operation right now. I sleep something I'm
Oh,
gonna
wow.
say. Her office hours are
She
from
sound like
11
me.
to 3.
Oh,
Okay?
oh. That's a long day, you know.
That's a very long day.
That's a
We
That's
could
long
why
even
you
day.
get none of them hours.
Mm, wow.
Okay, y'all. Now let's move on to some little serious here. Now, it's been a
Okay.
lot going on with Roe versus Wade, you know, the overturning and all of this stuff. And it's been a lot of protests, a lot of uproar. It's been a lot of talks about it. A lot of people feeling some different type of ways. A lot of people feeling what this really has to do with. So I was just wondering, what do y'all really think this whole versus Wade is about, and what does it really mean? You
Um,
go first,
let me
Sally.
let me start because I sent you guys a video earlier in the
Yes, and I did listen to it on the way home, and it was
yeah.
very, very interesting.
Yes, it's less than 2 minutes, but it's powerful. And that's
Very
a
much.
gentleman, that's a political scientist, author. His name is Dr. Andrew Hacker. And
Could you actually drop that link in the chat?
um I can't right now.
Okay.
For
Give me a
some
second.
reason,
I'll
but
try to do
yeah. But he's one of the, white elitists, and he's basically letting you know that these white elitists spend an inordinate amount of time wondering what black people are doing, how to neutralize us, how to keep us in control, and these different type of things. And when you think about the Roe versus Wade reversal, I tend to go back to Margaret Sanger and the creation of Planned Parenthood and why it was created. Okay. That was
Mm-hmm.
created to exterminate black babies and extinguish the black population to keep our population down. That's why it was created. And as we know, because they work for the ungodly, okay, eventually those plans will not work. And right now they're seeing it backfire because there's been a recent statistic that says in 26 states, the white population
it.
has not grown for several years. Okay. So they're worrying about being outnumbered in the next 20 years or so. By 2050, there'll be a minority in America if they don't do something now, as far as the numbers go.
Why this is kept it?
Okay. So, yeah, white women are getting more abortions or they're not having babies the way other ethnic groups are having children. They're
Mm-hmm.
just not growing. Okay. So they have to do something. And we're always the target of that. They're always wondering what we're doing. So that's what a lot of this reversal is about. They trying to stop other ethnic groups, particularly white women, from having abortions and protecting their fetuses and so forth. So they can bring more of them into this world and hopefully keep up, keep us stay ahead of these numbers a little bit. It sounds crazy, but that just, if you know the history, you know what's going on here.
You have to learn
That
it.
is so true. That is really so true. And I feel at this point, and at some point, this is going to backfire in the worst way, because it's a lot of things that weren't brought into consideration when they decided to do this. And it's going to be really hard. So now it's like, so now the whole Plan B pill, that's like the biggest thing right now, and I'm sure
Yeah. The morning
somebody
after.
got mad
The
stock in
morning
that
out.
right before this happened. I bet you they all got mad stock in that right before this one. I bet you. If there's any way to look that up, I would love to figure that out,
But see,
because
this is the
I
thing,
bet
though.
there's big stock in that right now.
But this is
Lisa
the
said
thing, though.
I've never seen a Handmaid's Tale. I don't even know how that
I
pulls into
agree.
play. If
I
you could,
agree.
how was that?
You
Explain
need
that,
to
Nicole.
you need to watch that. But before I say that, can you leave that up there so I don't forget? But the thing about the Plan B pill, because I've been in the health field since I was in ninth grade. The Plan B pill is basically going to render you infertile. People are taking these shortcuts to do different things, even with birth control, instead of having self control, because all these foreign substances that you're putting in your body are going to prevent you from, when you do decide and you be like, oh, I changed my mind, I want to have a baby with this man. You're not going to be able to, because you've put all these foreign substances in your body and now you can no longer procreate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, um, that does take an effect when you get a lot of abortions too, though. But it's different when it's foreign substances. Now, The Handmaid's Tale is it started off as a book, and it's basically like a precursor to um like end of days type of thing, and they
Mm-hmm.
basically take over society and go back to like the olden days. So like they go through like your social media and find out what type of person you was, and that determine what status of life you live in, whether you're going to be like a wife, um or a mistress to the husband. And the mistresses to the husband was just there to have the babies, period. Like most of them wasn't even having sex with their wives. And it's really like, it's a crazy little series, but it's good. Like, if you
Yeah,
haven't
I've
seen
seen bits
Handmaid's
and
Tale,
pieces.
that girl, she can act for one, but the storyline is crazy.
Woo,
I got to see that. I've never seen it.
But it
I've
looks like
wanted to and never
it could
just been
possibly
able
happen
to.
though.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Plan B is just about for you fertility to get an abortion. Second.
Because that's their goal. They want us to
Hey,
they want
Kamisha.
us, they want us to be infertile. They rather us be infertile because they see killing us off is not working.
And
You
look,
are killing a lot of us off, but we're not going nowhere.
don't
So they
believe that.
want to render us infertile and push homosexuality. I don't knock nobody for what they want to do, but it is certain agendas that they're pushing so that we don't procreate.
That's
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
That's right.
That is
Yeah,
absolutely true.
because listen, I absolutely agree with that. It's not a popular thing to say because everybody say you're gay bashing or you're homophobic. No, I'm speaking facts. I don't care how much two men engage sexually, they will not create a life. I don't
That's
care
right.
how much too many women bump vaginas, a child will not come out of that. So those are facts. That's not gay bashing. That's not hating. That's a biological fact.
And
Okay,
then
so
that's the
Absolutely.
community. I mean,
That is true.
you know,
So what do y'all think? Do y'all
gonna
think this could ever do y'all think there's enough going on, enough uproar, enough protests, enough anything that they would ever reverse it again? Because I feel that this is also going to put a lot of women in danger, because just because they've made it illegal doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
people's gonna find other ways.
They're always going to find a way.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I was gonna say. This is what I know. Um, the need for invention comes out of necessity. So they're going to come up with a way to do it that's under the table, bootleg, whatever. But this is the thing about the government. We know that our government's motto is order out of chaos. They are producing all this chaos in so many different areas, whether it be a new virus that come out or a new law that come out that somebody happens to pay attention to, because they don't pay attention to the laws. Let's just be honest. This is like the first law that everybody really have paid attention to. Meanwhile, they've been slipping laws under the table
And
all year.
Oh, that's what they
So
do this all the time.
yeah, so the motto is order out of chaos. And I feel like, for one, us as a people, we don't stay focused on a subject long enough. Now, if we get together and stay focused on a situation and be like, you know what, we're not spending none of our dollars here unless we see some changes. We're not coming outside to do this event or whatever. Like, but we only be focused on a cause for 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes are over, we're back to business as usual. So they don't take us serious.
and E. Nicole, she's hitting on something right there, because former head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, he was head of the FBI back in the 50s and 60s and all this stuff. And he said back then, and this is a white dude who's a cross dresser. The head of the FBI was a cross dresser.
yes, he was. Yes, he was.
He said back then, the greatest threat to America is black unity.
That's right.
They've always known that.
Still is.
So it still is. Okay. So once we realize that with our spending power, okay, what we trillions of dollars spending power, we won't have to work for them. We won't. So to keep us divided, somebody got to do that work, because one thing this government has done and the white elite has done is they've mastered the art of getting work done, acquiring assets, building without themselves working.
That's right.
That's real.
That's why I be so frustrated with people my age, and even my own family, because y'all, we ain't got to go into it, but y'all know what type of family I come from or whatever. They don't understand me, because I'm not going to clock in. I'm not going to, and this is no disrespect to anybody that has a 9 to 5. Everybody has their own lane. I just don't believe that nobody that looks like us should be clocking into nobody but themselves and building a legacy for who comes after them. And all of this confusion, instead of us unifying to make things happen, it baffles me. It really does. Like, do you know how much numbers we have? And that be the thing, the terminology. They call us minorities because they want us to think that we don't have any numbers. We are not the minorities.
Thank you. That's what I was saying earlier.
No.
Listen to these.
We're not the minorities. Not only that, how can we be the minorities? Well, I don't even want to say. I can't say what I want to say. But how can we be the minorities when all y'all daughters is having babies by ours?
That's right.
How? You walking around with grandbabies that are not minorities. Like, I don't understand. I just wish my people would wake up and really do something.
We are
and I'm sorry, Ron. And the majority of the earth are people of color.
That's right.
The majority of the earth.
Mass majority of that. I mean, let's just keep it real.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's the propaganda for me. Like, most of the things and the statistics that are out are false.
Yeah.
The news is fake. Like,
purposely out false. That's
yes.
It's out that way for a reason.
Oppressors. Stop listening to the people who oppress you and thinking that everything that they say is law, because it's not.
And we just sit on the porch and just talk about it instead of getting. That's why I made hashtag on everything, because I was so sick of hearing people talk about it. And because even as a kid, I would look around like, well, what are we gonna do? Like, let's go. What we doing? And I was always by myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm not waiting for nobody no more.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you run the TV stations, when you own the top 3 or 4 TV stations, you can dictate what gets reported. You manipulate the reporting,
Yes.
and they have a creed that they live by, and that creed is the masses are asses. That's the creed they live by.
That is true. Have you ever seen the show Succession. Well, it's about a high profile elite family. I honestly think it's after proposed after the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers, but it's an outstanding show. And the family is in control and owns basically all of the main media corporations. And this family is ruthless, like to the bone, even inside of the family, inside and out, how they treat people and everything. And it is really shown how, the society and how the elite have taken over the media and how what they project and put out in their own narrative to fit their own and to make it look a certain way. Everyone is paid to lie, and they all know that they are lying. They all know that they are deceiving the people, and that is exactly what is going on when you turn it on NBC. you know it's even CNN. People want to say that CNN is basically the black part or the Democrat, but even CNN, all just being lied to of all of us is just being lied to because they're all just paid to do that. But that's a good show to watch through Succession. It really digs in deep about how that is portrayed.
People need to start turning the TVs off and picking up some books.
Right.
Stop getting in your phones all day and
Yeah.
start talking to your neighbors, form relationships with people, go to your council meetings, like find out what's going on. Stop reading the newspaper. You don't know those people that's writing those stories, those articles, different things like that. Like, because you find out once you do a little research that what they said wasn't true. But you know what they say, you want to hide something from,
Black
put
folks,
it in a book.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, they've been
That is
saying
true.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
they've been
true.
saying that. And we
So
just have to learn. We have to learn, guys, that we have to learn how to pool resources. Pool dollars. And once we do that, we could just because they have a thing in Atlanta, right? Excuse me, in Georgia, is on IG. Look it up. Here and After Farms, and that's some Muslim brothers who just bought so much land. I mean, acres and acres of land that they're starting businesses on, selling land to black people, doing some great things in Georgia. So look up Here and After Farms on
Also,
IG. But
Somerville.
here and after
Georgia,
farms.
also Somerville.
Somerville,
Tell you, they actually are selling plots of land to people. They bought up a whole like 400 plus acres, and now they're selling little plots of land to families of our hue, of our people. You know,
Wow.
right?
That's
So
true though. Like, we need to start playing the game. They've been playing the game forever. It's time for us to start playing the game, because that's what it is, a
Our
game.
own game at that point, not just their game, but our own.
and we got to
and
start
this,
getting those high. Let me tell y'all that right now.
But see, this is the thing, right? We have to start having meetings and really have to get to know each other, because that is what crumbles so many of our organizations. Because let's just be real, they talk too much. You can't get a plan together fully because somebody's out here letting somebody, the ops, for lack of better words, letting the ops know what's going on. We can't even carry a plan out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad that we would have to do that, but we have to do that. Everybody can't be a part of the revolution. They can't.
That's right.
That's so true.
yeah.
It's
That's
sad.
absolutely.
We don't want to leave nobody behind, but we
Right.
have to.
People that
I
is on
mean,
the page of
you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Exactly.
Mm.
And
I don't understand Monique King's question.
What was
She
it?
says, Alex, you think she's talking about me in the phone all day? Who's that?
I don't know if that
Who's
was a
she?
slight
I wasn't
read
talking
or
about
what.
you, Monique. No. I mean the people who can like walk through the grocery store and not run into nothing on the phone like that. Like,
Mm.
or can't have a conversation or have a dinner with someone without being on their phone. Or I just mean, just the lack of self-control, period.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
right.
don't get me wrong. If I walk out the house and I don't have my phone, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I left my phone in the house. But I'm not gonna be going crazy, like some people, it's really an appendage of their body now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you see how they have a lot of technology, especially in the future, showing that you got your stuff just built into the arm of
Yeah,
your phone,
no,
into the arm
I
of you
would
right
never.
there. Like that is
I would
freaking
never.
crazy.
I would
Yeah.
never.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But that's how they want us to be. They are trying to program us to be just like that. People think that is the next best thing since
Mm-mm.
anything, since
Mm.
Prince. And people's actually doing that. And that's what they want. Like the programming is everywhere. And yes, you have just got to put your phone down sometime.
And
Well,
it's sad
and that,
that we can't use the church to organize anymore because now you definitely can't trust the people in
And
there.
that's why I kept that up. And I just was about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Mm-mm.
You
did
just
y'all
Because
hear
did.
about?
they used to actually train the pastors to push their agendas. Margaret
Mm,
Sanger and them used to come to churches and teach the pastors how
mm,
to scare the women into, like if they daughters would get pregnant or whatever, they would scare the women into taking them to Planned Parenthood.
mm.
Like my daddy actually was in an indie film about it, and I actually did a dissertation in college about it. It's actually people who will call into Planned Parenthood, leave a donation, and say, I only want my money to go towards a black baby.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That is very true.
There's always, and I don't want to scare people. I don't want to sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but there's always a plan to exterminate black people. Always.
That's right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
There's one or there's three more being made right now. In
mm-hmm,
case this Roe versus Wade don't go the way they wanted to. There are
right.
millions.
And it won't.
Mm-hmm,
There are
right.
millions. They can't get rid of us, and that's why they mad. And that's why
Mm-hmm,
they continue to do what we do. Like, if we really just got together, we will be unstoppable.
And
But
mm-hmm.
if
we have got
anything,
to
if
get out
this
of our
don't
own
wake
head
people up,
and
this
into
should
each
wake
other.
people up.
We got to get back to
This
more.
should wake people up. Like, come on, man. Like, do you know how much energy it takes to remember why you don't like somebody?
It takes a lot.
That take a lot
It
of
do.
energy. Like,
It takes a lot more muscles in your face to frown than to smile.
Mm,
all that.
yeah.
Stress, the hate, like it takes so much energy to hate. It takes so much energy to try your best not to say something to somebody where you can simply say, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, I just, it really pisses me off. I'm not gonna
You know
hold
You
what?
you.
do.
You know what's interesting when Obama was running for president, his first term, when he was running, this white reporter, he went to a little redneck hick town, to interview some people about what they thought. These people got about 3 teeth in their mouth. They married their cousin. This way he went to speak to these people, and they were very adamant. They were like, if Obama win, the blacks are going to take over. Or they would say things like, if Obama wins, are they going to do to us what we did to them? So they're very aware of their behavior. And you could have the poorest white person, don't have nothing, don't own nothing, but they think they're better than you strictly based off their pigment. They really believe that.
That's
They
what the
have a
white
real sense of
Well,
entitlement.
guy in the video you posted said. You right about that?
Yeah, that's exactly
but see,
right.
this is the thing. They don't know their history either because we already did it to them.
Mm,
Mm.
Like, people, like, that's what really gets on my nerves. Like, nobody, white or black, act like they know their history for real. This
mm,
is just a cycle. It's an ongoing cycle.
yeah,
And it's about time for it to be over
right.
because we already
Yeah,
did that to them. They were slaves before we were.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They just
Yep.
don't want to admit that. They don't want to
And
talk about that.
Of
and
course.
that's why they behaving like the
That
angry
makes them look
stepchild.
bad. That takes away from their superiority.
That's
Correct.
right.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. They're
And
the
it was
angry
actually,
stepchild.
how they used to have those um those black and white little shows where they would try to show us to remind us how they feel about us for real. And they would be like, well, the blacks are the inferior race, blah, 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 blah. Well, before that, they got recordings talking about how they are the inferior race. But they don't show none of those
Oh,
visuals. You know
they
what I'm saying?
never will. They
So
never will.
I just feel like
Okay.
forget all of that
Yeah.
though. Like, it's in the past. You can't change the past. We need to be forging a new future. Like, I'm tired of seeing Roots. I don't watch that.
Mhm.
I'm tired of
I don't watch
seeing,
none of those type of movies.
yeah, like we don't need no more movies like that. We know
We
what
don't.
happened.
Mm.
Like, let's talk about Here Today, Now
Alright,
Tomorrow.
why they make those films and they blast it and they put it all in our face for us to watch it because they want us to mindset.
They're making money off of it
Um,
like crazy.
But that's what I don't understand. Why are we still watching it? Why are Black actors still signing up to act in these movies? Like, all money ain't good money. I don't get it.
you preaching right now, and I
And
would
that's so
get the
true.
same folks out here who are playing these roles in these movies, and then they try some way to justify it, which is bullshit. I'm sorry, it was bull stuff. You can't justify you playing these roles.
No, absolutely not.
They're sellouts. That's their justification.
Yeah.
That's the justification that they're sellouts.
That's right.
That is so true.
And
Okay,
even
y'all.
I'm sorry. Y'all
Oh,
done got
go
me
ahead.
going.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
And
Y'all
yeah,
know this is my thing for real.
I like it. I like it.
I was gonna say, even with the whole massacres and how they try to do our heroes, like they only give us one Black woman that was a hero, which is supposed to be Harriet Tubman. They give us a few Black men, and even some of those men, we know that they really was not on our side. I.e.
W.D.
Marcus
Boyce.
Garvey, people like
W.D.
that.
Boyce.
Yes, all that. They don't even know the true stories behind those people. But the massacres, like they try to make us feel like Nat Turner was the only massacres. Massacres were abundant and were going on
everywhere.
Yes.
They give us our heroes.
Yes.
They give us our heroes.
Yes. They determine who our heroes are, but they're not really heroes when you look into them. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like
that payday is ridiculous.
I don't want to even hear about Will Smith. Of course, he's gonna be the first one to sign up.
What?
He probably gonna
is that real?
Too.
That's right. That's right.
That probably was his. That's probably his humiliation ritual for getting out of pocket.
Yeah, I agree.
I could talk about this for hours. Like, this is what I do.
We need to have real conversations about this.
I already do this, so you can get on the same page as me. Come on over.
All right. No, that's all I do. That's all I do.
It really makes me mad because we are. I always say we are the strongest, weakest people. We are the most powerful people, but we don't even care about each other.
If you read the scriptures, we are a cursed people.
Yeah. And it's our fault. We got to take responsibility for what really happened.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, it's
the curse is being uplifted. All these folks out here, people are waking up to the truth every day, and
but not enough. It's like some will wake up and then they go right back to sleep, and that's what I don't like. They want to wake up for a little bit, and then when they don't like the real world, they want to go right back to sleep. They rather be that way. And that's what hurts me the most when I see people like that. Like, you rather just be comfortable in the white man's world and not try to create one for your own.
And then this is one thing. Like, we don't have to be militant until they push us, but we can work together and build teams that support each other. Like, we don't even have to worry about them. If we come together and worry about each other, that alone will spark major change, period. Absolutely. We don't even got to think about them, like excluding them. None
and
of
we
that.
have to be
each other.
But Nicole, you're absolutely right. But what we have to always prepare for is that and we know this throughout history, every time we build something and start building something great, they're planning to destroy it and coming to destroy it. That's always. Right. So we have to have plans in place for that because we know they're coming to destroy it.
This is my thing. If you can stand 10 toes down about your brother that said something to your girlfriend or said something to your mama and you can kill him, then you should be able to be over here and stand 10 toes down and protect the cause. I can't say the words I really want to say, but
I agree.
But we feel you.
I agree.
You know what you're saying, though. The real ones know what you're saying.
I like
if you know, you know.
We know what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I can't say all I yeah, I get deep.
I mean, yeah, you definitely do need to get protected. I mean, yeah, that is one thing as well. But that's just one of many at this point. But
what
I mean,
confessions.
Yeah.
Confessions. What
Yeah.
did Monique just say? She keep a strap on. What did she just say?
Well,
She
first
keep a
we gotta
strap
go
on. We
to
ain't even on that. What did she
said.
put the
She said get strapped, and she's in response to
Oh,
we was doing so good. This is definitely the locker room.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna be y'all something.
We was doing so good.
What you say, Ron?
I said I'm gonna be sending y'all something in the group. I want y'all to check.
Okay.
Well, whatever it is, I'm down for it. And I want to get into more of these, type of conversations for, the next session of the locker room, because this is what we really need to be talking about. We do need to start forming together. We need to start informing our people and to stay awake, not just to wake up, but to stay awake.
That's
Because
right.
it's very easy to fall back to sleep.
Yeah.
It's very comforting to fall back to sleep.
And I tell you, I make a concerted effort now to find Black people to do business with. I make a concerted effort to do that, because I prefer to put the money in our pocket, to keep the money in our pockets.
That's right.
Look at Monique.
Yeah, and when y'all want the no filter version, y'all gonna holler at me.
Listen to me, y'all. Pay attention to all these countries going back to the gold standard. All right, that's a gem for you.
Yeah.
Gold standard. Gotcha.
These fiat dollars they about to be non-existent soon.
Yeah,
they've been saying that for a while.
Yeah,
it's gonna come a time. Look how it is now. So it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. A lot of things is about to end. Any final notes, y'all, before we let this go? We will be returning back with more. So, y'all want to say any final things before we let it out?
Yeah.
I just want to say.
I just wanted to let everybody know to. I'm sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, it'd be nice.
You want to go, Ron?
Can y'all hear me? I was saying it's nice if we can do this again a little sooner than later, if we all can get on the same page and we can continue this conversation, because this is needed for our people. And
I definitely want to continue this conversation next locker room.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
wisdom.
Yeah. And what I want to tell everybody, focus on not spending frivolously. Start really stacking your chips. Stop spending frivolously, and take your finances very, very seriously, and get some financial literacy. It's very, very important.
This is one thing I wanted to ask about. So you know how in China everyone's bank assets and everything have frozen and it's just going crazy. How do y'all feel about keeping money in the bank? What do you have to say to people who still like to keep their money in the bank and credit unions and whatnot?
Look, like I just said, China, they're going back to the gold standard. So there's a reason for what happened in China.
I don't like banks.
And I don't like banks.
I have money in banks.
Banks are in business to make money for themselves. Credit unions are in business to make money for you, but you can also keep money on hand too.
And they're all 501c13s anyways. Just look it up.
Right.
Navy Federal.
They're using your money to make money.
Look that.
Yes, definitely.
Navy Federal was a non-profit organization. Look it up.
Oh yeah, it is. It definitely is. Well, y'all, we will be back very, very soon, continuing this conversation, giving y'all some more well and needed information. We do need to come together. We do need to look out for each other. We do need to get on our own accord, make our own table, and stop trying to sit at theirs. And it's about time we start doing that. So thank you, everybody who came and joined us for this hour. I hope y'all enjoyed the content that y'all got today. And we will see y'all very soon, very, very soon. Y'all be good to yourselves and one another.
Y'all check that hashtag on everything.
Period.
Absolutely. Check all of us out. Period.